one.
In this lesson, we're going to talk about how to find perimeter of composite figures. Before we start, I need you to answer this question. So we have 1/4 inch between locations. That actually represents an actual distance of 2 miles. So we have a model size and we have actual size. So what's the model? We have 1/4 inches. And that represents actually 2 miles. What is the actual distance in miles between two cities that are 3 3/4 inches apart on the map? So on the map, so this is model, this is actual, this is model, and we have to put the model size on the top. And this represents how many miles? So this is a question. If you set up the proportion, then you will get half credit already. So now let's try to solve this. So don't worry about fraction and the fraction. It's called complex fraction. We learned about this, but don't try to do simplify here yet. So what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to do cross multiplication method. So I'm going to put 2 times 3 3/4. Don't do anything yet, just copy it down. And we have 1/4 inches times by x. So you have 1/4 times by x. Now we have mixed number. So you need to change it to improper fraction, which is 15/4. So it's going to be like this. And let's simplify this. 2 is going to be 2/1. And you can do multiply the top and divide it by 4. You can also do that. Or you can just simplify 2 and 4 first. Here what I'm going to do is I'm going to just multiply these first. 30/4 and times by 1/4 times by x. So now we're solving for x, which means we need to isolate x. So how can I undo this guy? You can undo times by the reciprocal, right? By multiplying the reciprocal, 4/1, 4/1. So this will be gone. So you only have x on the right side. So now we only have x on the right side, x on the right side. And what about the left side? 4 and 4 will be canceled out, and you only have 30. So x is going to be 30, and what's the unit? Miles, because x is the actual distance. So 30 miles is going to be the answer. All right, we're going to talk about a composite figure. So a composite figure is made up of triangles, square, rectangles, and semicircle, and other two-dimensional figures. So here are 2 examples. We have square and triangle. You know how to find, those figures are very familiar. And we have rectangle and semicircle. So if you put them together, it's called composite figure because it's hard to, name those figures. So we just call them composite figure because it's complicated. All right, to find the perimeter of the composite figure, you have to find the distance around the figure. So if I ask you to find, what's the perimeter of this composite figure? You basically find all the distance and add them together. What about an inside? Is it around the shape or in the shape? This guy is in the shape, right? This is around. So this distance inside the shape doesn't count. So you only find the distance around the shape. This is called perimeter. And here too, only the distance outside around the shape, not the inside. Let's look at these three examples. No, one second. Yeah. So let's find the perimeter of the figure. So I'm gonna start from here. You better like have mark like, oh, I'm gonna start from here. 5 plus 7. And what is the length here? We have two rectangles and 5 meters, and here 11 meters. So this side 5 plus 11, and this side 7, and this side 11. You cannot miss any side. 5, and you have another 5. So let's just add them together. So 5 plus 7, 12. 12 plus 5, 17. So 17. 17 plus, let's do this. Okay, this whole thing is 17. And this is 18. And this is 21. And this is 35. So answer is 56 meters. Number 10, I'm going to start from the top. So 15, it's going to be 15. 8, I'm going to go clockwise. 13. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, and I have six numbers. So now I'm going to add 2 numbers together. 38, 21. So now let's add the first 2 numbers. 61 plus 21, 82 inches. And I'm also start from the top and clockwise. And I'm going to add 2 numbers together. And if you add this, 20.5, 9.5. And if you add 9.5, it's going to be 30 centimeters. All right, so let's look at this example. What do you think? Do you think what is going to be the error here? So this person starts from one second, starts from 4 here, right? I think he starts from 4. Okay. So he starts from 4. We have 4 here, 3 here, 4 here, 5, and 4. Where is 5? So we only have 5 sides around the shape. But this person has extra 5, right? I think that person add the inside, right? So the answer should be minus 5 from the incorrect answer. So it should be 20 inches. All right, now we're going to find perimeter of this composite figure. This composite figure is made up of a semicircle, here, semicircle, and a triangle. So let's find the perimeter. So we can divide it into like semicircle part. So I'm gonna find this, the half of circumference, and I'm gonna add that to 8 and 6 because this is a round shape, right? And how can I find the circumference? It is C is equal to, this is how you get a circumference, but we only need half. So it is 15.7 feet, and now you're going to add it to 14. So the answer is 29.7.